G'day guys, welcome back to another episode of Flashlight Crazy. Today I'm reviewing the Cloud Defensive Mission Configurable Handheld, or MCH, in the high candela head. Let's check it out. Alright, so in the box of your Cloud Defensive MCH-HC, which is high candela or Mission Configurable Handheld and then high candela head, you will get a Nightcore branded portable dual slot USB charger. So that is going to charge your Cloud Defensive unprotected cell. Now you need to know unprotected cell. Now it is an 18650, 3000 milliamp, 3.6 volt, 15 amp cell. So whack that there. Now this is what the charger looks like. So that's the box. Now when you put your cell in this, you will see a blue light up, and it will just show you if it's at the bottom third of charging or halfway or the top third, and then it'll just be all blue when finished. Now you will get a Nightcore warranty card for your charger. So anything goes wrong with the charger, you have been issued a warranty card, and you'll also get a user manual for the charger as well. So Nightcore user manual, it's going to just basically tell you how to use it. It's really not rocket science. It's very, very easy to use. I would dare say almost anyone would be able to use it, especially if you're into torches or flashlights. One really cool thing you will get is these are called ND protectors. They stand for negligible discharge protectors. I will go through what they are, but you will get 3 of them in the box. Now, one thing that is very interesting is that you will not get, or I did not get, a user manual for the light. I did not get a user manual for the light. I got a user manual for the Nightcore charger, not for the light. However, Cloud Defensive, when you buy a light of theirs, they give you an option to download a bunch of information. And I actually downloaded that, and then it went onto my desktop. Now, that information is basically how to program the light, because this is a programmable light, and I will show you how. That information will also tell you the specs. So if you see here, the specs on the high candela variant say 71,000 candela and 1,100 lumens. That's actually incorrect. So I reached out to Cloud and I said, hang on your box it says 71,000 candela, but on the website, when I bought this light, it says 80,000 candela. Please tell me which is correct. I'm going to review it. I don't want to get the information wrong. And they assured me that this is actually an old box, and the new version, which is the one I've got, is actually 80,000 candela. So I do believe that this is 1,100 lumens and 80,000 candela. Also in the downloaded document that you'll get, Cloud actually talks a lot about their batteries, and they talk a lot about the safety of unprotected cells and all the dangers of unprotected cells and how to, keep them safe. So if you do buy a Cloud light, download the document, have a good read of the battery information, because it's kind of scary what can happen with an unprotected cell. So please do read that, and do not mess with unprotected cells. Don't stuff around with them. Seriously, you do not want to be on the receiving end of an exploding or over discharging unprotected cell. It would not be nice. Now, the box is very, very basic. I've shown you everything that's in it, but it's very basic. You just pull it open here like this, and everything will be in there like that. I've already pulled everything out. And as you can see here, you will get the sticker with just all the information. So I've actually also bought the everyday carry variant as well. Here it says 40,000 candela and 1,400 lumens. I will double check that before I do the review on that one to make sure that that is actually accurate and that's not the old information as well. Some really cool details that haven't changed are the waterproof rating. So IPX waterproof rating, this light is fully submersible to 100 feet for 24 hours. 100 feet for 24 hours, and this is not going to be damaged. That's amazing. It also says it exceeds all ANSI/PLATO-FL1 standards for impact and environmental resistance. Brilliant. Another great thing, lifetime warranty you get. So if you do not mistreat this light, and something goes wrong with it mechanically for in the next 5 to 10 years, you are still able to activate your warranty because you get a lifetime warranty. Absolutely brilliant. These are made in the USA, and then it's just going to give you what's included. So included in my box was the mission configurable handheld flashlight, the cloud defensive battery, cloud defensive U12 charger by Nightcore, and complete set of negligent discharge protection rings, which I will go over. And this color is the clear anodized color I got because I think it looks really, really nice. All right, so let's install the battery. And before we do, I will just show you that there's the bottom of the head there. No spring, but a very, very dense contact area there. And there is a spring down at the tail cap. Now, positive side goes up towards the light head. Screw it on. Now we're good to go. So I will go over how to program this light as well. But before I do, let's go over the feel and design of this light. So, first impressions I had of this light immediately were quality. It doesn't look like much, does it? When you kind of have a look at it, it doesn't look like much. They haven't gone overboard with their design. They haven't tried to make it look crazy tactical. They've built it out of quality material. They've built it to last. And they have certainly made this light designed for tactical uses. So the reason for that is obviously the ND protectors, but also the fact that they have made this light to fit the Theorem switchback and the Theorem deep carry pocket clip, which I will show you how to install these as well. Just leave them there for now. Now, the specs of this light are on high or on the max output, which is that you will get 6,000 Kelvin of light temperature. You will get 1,100 lumens. You will get 80,000 candela. And with the provided 18650 battery, that will last you for 75 minutes. But this light can also take 2 CR123 batteries. So this is the dual fuel version. Now, with 2 CR123 batteries, this light will give you 70,000 candela. It will give you a max output of 400 lumens, and that will last for 70 minutes. So nice to be able to use CR123s as well if you just want to pack several of them in a bag or something when you're going out. Now, let's start at the tail cap because this is something that I'm really, really impressed with, and this is where the ND protectors are going to come in. So, firstly, the feel of the tail cap is extremely strong. It feels proper quality, that they have not skimped out on the rubber they've used. But the momentary application of it as well, you barely have to touch it and you get momentary, which is awesome. But also feel the click. So that is a very distinct click. Oh yeah. It's just such a pleasure to push. Now the tail cap itself, it's got these nice little they're just for show, I reckon, but it's nice. It just makes it much nicer than just being, straight. And also it matches the head as well. So the head and the tail cap both have these matching little patterns here. And then check out the deep carry pocket clip. Holy moly, look at that. That's coming up almost to the top of the tail cap there. So that's just absolutely brilliant. And again, in jeans, especially in jeans, I mean, this thing just hides in your pocket. It's so nice. But if you wanted this light to tail stand, or if you thought, you know what, I don't want the tail cap to protrude, or the tail clicky, to protrude as much as it does. You open up your little bag of goodies, and here we have three different size negligent discharge protection rings. So the first one, now they're all threaded, and they are designed to thread straight into the top here. So the first one is very, very low, okay? It's so low that you need these little openings so that you can actually notch it off when you tighten it, because Cloud says these only need to be tightened as much as hand tightened, so don't over tighten them. But basically, this one is going to go in on the top like that. You screw it in just with your hand, and once it's screwed in, let's get it all the way in. Okay, so once that's screwed in there, it's still protruding, but it's being protected by the low profile ND protector, right? Now, you can still use a switchback with that. It will still be able to be momentary, but it just adds a little bit of friction, you need to kind of push it a little bit more firmly. So because it's holding everything in place so securely, it is going to not allow for accidental discharge as much. But maybe you're thinking to yourself, you know what? I want something that protects the tail cap a little bit better. You can unscrew this and pull this off. And then we can go the next size up, which is the medium one. Now, the medium one is going to not entirely shroud the tail cap, but it is going to give it a whole lot of protection and make it quite difficult, if not impossible, to accidentally discharge the tail cap. So let me show you. So that's that one there. So can you see it's just protruding a little bit above that ND protector, but as you can see, the tail cap is completely protected now, totally shrouded. Absolutely great. And when you click it now, it takes a lot more pressure to click it, so you really need to, intentionally be pushing that in, but it makes momentary an utter dream. I mean a dream, because you only have to just barely touch it and it momentaries, but to constant on, you really need to click it in. So this one's probably my favorite because I love the old momentary. And, especially for self-defense, momentary is brilliant. It is not too deep that you really have to kind of stick your thumb in. Now, if you want a really shrouded tail clicky, and you know what, even if you want tail standing, then the largest one is the one for you, because when I thread this in, you'll see that the tail clicky is actually still quite embedded down there. Got to get the threads right. There it is. Okay, so screwing down, tighten that a little bit. Okay, so check that out. Now you've got tail standing. The tail clicky is embedded down there. It is a lot more recessed than the ND protector is. But now, when you do want to click it on, you kind of have to point your thumb in there. You're not really going to be able to turn it on from the base of, or the meaty part of your thumb there. You might be able to momentary, there I go, but constant on, you have to kind of get the tip of your thumb and push it in. So some people will really like that as well, especially because of the tail standing aspect of it. Whereas me, I reckon one of these two are my favorite. So the middle one is great for momentary because it only just pokes out at the top, whereas this one kind of holds everything in together nice and tight and just makes pushing it a dream, especially on the meaty part of your thumb. It's just a dream. So they are the ND protectors, or the negligent discharge protection. Now, I'll take them off for now and just complete the review without them, but it's just lovely to see that is, I don't even think I've seen another company do that. They might be the first company to have done that. I'm sorry if I'm wrong about that, but they actually might be the first company that have done that. Okay, now I will move on and then I will show you how to install this switchback. So the body, very simple body, just has Cloud Defensive written on there. Kind of hard to see because of the color of the light. But the head poking out as much as it does makes a very comfortable holding here. So now, anyone who's watched my reviews would know that I do like a protruding tail. I like a tail cap to be thicker than the body. But this light, for whatever reason, is bloody comfortable. It's just comfortable. Look at that. The thumb falls perfectly onto the tail clicky. My pinky finger doesn't go on the head at all. It just rests at the base of the head and the base of where the neck meets the head and the body meets the head. It's just perfect. Such a nice light to hold. Very easy to momentary, very easy to constant on. Really, really great. Now, on the head there, you will see mission MCH 2.0, so Mission Configurable Handheld 2.0. It'll say HC for high candela, and it will say DF for dual fuel. Now, that there is the LED and the smooth reflector. That's what you're going to get your 80,000 candela out of. And now I looked around, and on their website, unless I missed it, because I do sometimes miss details, but unless I missed it, I could not find what LED they use. And I want to maybe say that it might be like an XHPL-high, but I don't know. It also could be maybe an Osram CULPM1. I don't know what LED that is, but what really annoys me sometimes is that as a reviewer, I do try and pass on as much information as I can to the viewers. However, if a company is not going to state what LEDs they use, then as a consumer, you're not going to find out what LEDs they use unless you do your research about it. And as a reviewer, I do my reviews a bit differently. I try and just review a light as it is. I call it as I see it. I don't try and research all the information to give you every single piece of information. I show you what you're going to get with the light. And if you don't get an information slip saying what LED is in the light, then I'm not going to dig too deep to try and find that for you, because I'm not going to do the company's job for them. I think companies should tell you what LEDs are in there. But if they're not going to do that, and I can't find it with some surface level research, then the company misses out on me telling the consumer or telling the viewers what LED it uses. But it is a nice LED, because when you see in the night shots, it's actually a gorgeous, gorgeous hotspot. But I just don't know what LED it is. Now, before I move on, I will show you how to take the deep carry pocket clip off and how to install your switchback, your Theorem switchback. So you undo the tail cap first. And what you will see here is, I'll just show you the bottom there. Nice, long, tough spring. Now, what you will see is you will see your pocket clip, and you will see two O-rings. So you need to slip the bigger O-ring off first, okay? So that can go there. But then there's a second O-ring. You really do need to get that off as well. Sometimes it can be difficult. Sometimes it's easier. Thankfully, right now, it's not being too difficult. The only thing is you need to hold see how the pocket clip wants to spring forward? You want to hold that down. Otherwise, the O-ring will get caught. And you just keep pushing up as much as you can. Bang, off. Okay, now this will just come right off. So with a little bit of jiggling, it'll come right off. Then what you want to do is you want to install this pocket ring in first. Otherwise, it's going to be very difficult to do that. So that goes in the bigger opening there down the bottom. Now, I've found that you don't actually need the second O-ring when you've got the switchback in. You can use it, but I actually found that one of the O-rings that I tried with it got cut by those sharp bits there from the switchback. So I don't actually put a second O-ring in there anymore. So this is just a matter of slipping it over that O-ring as best as you can. There it goes. And then you just screw the tail cap on. Make sure the tail cap is screwed on tight, because otherwise you won't make a connection. So I think we saw there that we've got a connection. Yeah. So now this is how I like to carry this light. I do not use a pistol or a sidearm. So I am not going to hold it like that and then momentary whilst I've got a firearm. But what I do like to do is use this as a pocket clip, because it's a quick draw for me. So in my jeans, this will go into my jeans there. And then if I want the light quickly, I just slip my pointer finger in the ring, yank it out, and then I'm ready to go for whatever. So that's how I like to keep this light. So for the rest of the review, this is how the light's going to be. Okay, so from head to tail clicky, this light comes in at 131.78 millimeters. The width of the head comes in at 30.5 millimeters. The width of the body comes in at 23.53 millimeters. And the width of the tail cap does kick out to 25.87 millimeters. That must be why it's so comfortable as well. Now, the weight of the Cloud Defensive MCH with the high candela head with the 18650 battery plus the Theorem switchback comes in at 155 grams exactly. It's 0.02, but what's that between friends? So, in my opinion, great sized light, great weight light. You would think that this head is a bit large for pocket carry, but when you put it in your pocket, you would stop thinking that, I honestly believe, because this light is not too big for pocket carry. I carry this in my jeans, and I honestly barely know it's there, legit. Yeah, maybe sometimes when I sit down, I feel it, but you also feel your phone or your wallet. So for me, it's very important to carry a light, and I love carrying this light in my pocket. It's absolutely brilliant. Okay, now, my favorite part of the review, the UI. It's the UI that attracted me to this light first. So, this light has 5 programmable stages you can do. It has program 1, which is high only, 100% output. Program 2 is low then high, so 10% output, 100% output. Program 3 is the opposite, so high then low, which is 100% output first, then 10% output. That's the one I've got it in. So every time I click the switch, it comes on in 100% output. And then if I click it off and on quickly, it'll come into 10% output. Program 4 is, I believe, low, like very low, then medium, then full power. And then program 5 is the opposite. Full power, then medium, then very low. Okay, so before I do this, I'm going to explain what I do first because it does happen very quickly. So I am going to momentary the switch from off a bunch of times quickly until the light starts to flash back at me quickly. When that light starts to flash back at me quickly, I am going to momentary and hold in momentary without clicking. What that's going to do is that is going to run through each output. And the way it's going to tell me that it's running through each output is it's going to flash, and then it's going to ramp up. And if I hold the momentary button and watch it ramp all the way up, when it gets to the top of the ramp, it's going to stay on that program. So 1 flash is for program 1, 2 flashes for program 2, 3, and so on. So let's go through it, and let's see if we can, because it does happen quickly, so I'm not going to have time to explain it. But let's see. So I'm doing it quickly. And there it is. Okay, so that was flash 1. That was flash 2. I let go momentary. That was flash 3. Let go momentary. That was flash 4. So now I hold it on 4. It's ramping, top ramp. So now I'm in program 4. Program 4 is ultra low, medium, high. Let's do it again because I'll get it back to my one. So my one is high low. I want high low, right? So I'm going to flash. And then it's going to, yep, okay, so flash once, ramp, no, I let go and hold. Flash 2, ramp, no, let go and hold again. 1, 2, 3. Now I want to hold it in, it's ramping. Okay, we're good to go. So now I'm in number 3. So number 3 is every time it comes on in high, and then it's got the low output as well. So high, low, high, and if I turn it off on high, I leave it for a few seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bang, back in on high. So I hope that was, I hope that made sense, what I just did. So you flash it a bunch of times, it's going to flash back at you, and then it's just all momentary. Don't click in. So it's just hold on to momentary. If you don't want that mode, you let go, hold on to momentary again, and it'll flash at you again, and so on. Now, let's do a heat test on high for this light, because I have heard that it gets quite hot in other reviews. So let's check it out. I'll do this for about 1.5 minutes and I'll fast forward it. All right, let's go. All right, after 1.5 minutes, this light got to 53.2 degrees Celsius. That is very hot. Let me just feel the head. Okay, yes, the head is very hot, and yep, I don't want to hold it for too long. But the body, can I hold it like this? Yes, I can. My pinky's getting a bit hot, actually, so I would probably want to hold it, maybe without this. I'd probably want to hold it like this and just momentary or constant on like this if you want to have it on turbo for a long time. That was 1.5 minutes, got very, very hot. So just be aware of that if you want to have it on full output for an extended period of time. All right, just checking the beam shot there. So we do have some bleeding around the hotspot. Gorgeous hotspot, really gorgeous. Nice spill as well. Lovely, lovely spill. And let's go outside, check how this does at night, and then we'll come back for some final thoughts, prices, where to buy, and all the goodies. See you in a sec. All right, here we got the Cloud Defensive, and this is in the programmed of very low, medium, and high. So that is very low there, but obviously because of the amazing candela, you've got a gorgeously intense hotspot. 15 meters away, getting that fence line with absolute ease, but nothing too much further than that. But then if I step up, comes to life. Now if we go around here, it is just getting that tree even on medium. So let's look up here. Beautiful. All right, let's step up. Okay, high. And anywhere I point that tree, it is just lighting up. Enormous hotspot, by the way. Beautiful hotspot. Just show you that's what it's coming out of. So on the tree, you can see it all. Off the tree, nothing. On the tree, see it all. Off the tree, nothing. Across the field. Yep. Really great. That tree's well over 100 meters away, and you know, there's nothing I can't see when I point at it. Spectacular. Love it. And then off and on, cycles back to ultra low. All right, that's it. Medium. See ya. Alrighty, so I am extremely impressed with this light. I'm impressed with the programmable light head. Number one, I'm impressed with the night shots, as you saw. Large hotspot, distinct hotspot, lots of spill. This reaches a long, long way, gives you a clear hotspot even at an extreme distance. I love the fact that you can put the switchback on it and it's made for either the deep carry or the switchback theorem. Although, to be honest, I don't know why you would use this deep carry theorem when you've got this much more compact, thinner deep carry pocket clip that it comes with. So that's just my personal preference. I love the negligent discharge protection rings. They are phenomenal. I think the medium one is probably my favorite. I just think they're great. I just think they are so great. And look, I don't really have any cons about this light. Oh, actually, yes, I do. The price. I have a con about the price. So this light costs $240 American. So if you want that in Australia, you have to pay $240 US, which is much more in Australia, plus you have to pay for shipping in US dollars as well. So that for me is the only downfall about this light. However, you are getting a lifetime warranty. You are getting a brilliantly made light. You are getting a programmable light. You are getting a light with a deep carry pocket clip. You are getting a light with negligent discharge protection units. You are also getting a battery charger that can charge 2 cells at the same time. So yes, it's expensive, but personally, I do think that money is worth it. I just do. I'm a torch nutcase or a flashlight nutcase. I love a good flashlight, and this is one that you could really use and take to your grave, basically. You've got a lifetime warranty, man. So, I mean, look after it, it'll look after you. Simple as that. Now, another good thing about Cloud Defensive is that I've been in contact with them and they have been great. Their customer service is great. So I actually ordered a separate head for this. It came, I realized that it was the wrong head, that it wasn't the programmable head. It just had low and high. It wasn't actually programmable. I contacted them. I said, hey, I stuffed up. This is not the light head I want. Can I send it back, get a refund, and I'll just order another one of your mission configurable lights with the programmable head, which is the EDC head, which is what I will review next. And they said, yeah, no worries, send it back. We'll make sure, obviously, it's not damaged or anything, and we'll refund you, and you can go ahead and buy the other one. So that's what I've done. It was a very seamless transition. I've sent the light back. I haven't got the refund yet, but I don't see why I wouldn't. And then I will bring you guys another review of the Cloud Defensive. So I love this light, and it's just incredible. I will link the Cloud Defensive website below so you can check that out. I don't know any authorized dealers of Cloud Defensive in Australia, so you're probably just going to have to get it from Cloud directly from the US. All right, I think I've covered everything. So thanks for watching, and until next time, stay cool and stay safe. See ya.